all about.
Let me go back overseas.
There you go.
I want to ask you about Syria. Let's listen to something that Secretary of State Tillerson said about the Russians who have interests in Syria and the United States. Let's listen to the Secretary.
By and large, our objectives are exactly the same. How we get there, we each have a view. And maybe they've got the right approach and we've got the wrong approach.
Do the Russians have the right approach?
You can't make that up. You can't make that up. These are the same people that use precision-guided weapons to strike hospitals in Aleppo where sick and wounded people are. This is just, you know, I'm preparing myself mentally to be on this show. I said, John, you're not going to get upset. You're not going to get emotional. But I've met the white hats. I know what the slaughter has been like. I know that the Russians knew that Bashar Assad was going to use chemical weapons. And to say that maybe we've got the wrong approach? Look, I agonized over voting for or against Tillerson for Secretary of State. Not that I didn't admire his success and all the great things he's done, but the things that he'd said in the past. He has divorced a fundamental of American democracy. The reason why we are the shining city on the hill, as Ronald Reagan used to say, is because they look up to us because of our principles and our beliefs and our advocacy of freedom, for freedom. That's what America's supposed to be all about, not whether they're right and we're wrong. We know who's right and who's wrong here.
Do you regret that vote for Tillerson?
Sometimes I do, but I'm still torn by the fact that the American people chose this president, and he ought to be able to have his team. When Barack Obama won in 2008 and 2009, I voted for his team because I think that the American people wanted him to have his team. But don't think I wasn't worried about it, really worried.
Finally, you were just recently in Afghanistan.